know, we're so glad it's Friday because we can finally review all of the stories that made headlines this week.
That's right. And hear what their take on the biggest pop culture stories is comedian Kareem Green and Shante Bacon of The Market. And she's a marketing strategist of 135th Street, also the owner of the agency. Well, thank you all both for being here.
Thank you so much for being here, you two. So let's just get down to business. Some sad news, well, kind of uplifting news. Angelina Jolie had a double mastectomy, and she wrote about it in a New York Times op-ed. What do you think about her coming out and admitting that she underwent this surgery? Shante, you start us off first.
I think it's the bravest thing I've heard of in a really long time. I mean, she just instantly transformed herself from an actress to a damn near an activist. It's, you know, she's now going to become an icon in femininity. You know, and she doesn't have to have large breasts or a curvy shape to be feminine. And it's brave, it's sexy, it's bold, it's powerful, and her husband said so.
From actress to activist. Now, what do you think about it, Kareem?
I think it's cool, but I think as long as she don't get a buttectomy, we good.
She doesn't need one of those.
Place, we good.
So you say she's still just as sexy, right?
Yeah, yeah, as long as she got the booty.
Does she? Last time I checked, she didn't need one of those. I'm just saying.
I never, a buttectomy. Okay, that's good
You know, they have everything these days.
How much,
Yes,
how
you
much
can buy
conversation
it.
is being
Women can
generated
buy
about
anything.
Angelina Jolie's fatty? I'm just saying.
Well, there's another person who's generating a lot of conversation. Rowland, she just had a song come out called Dirty Laundry. It was this whole video, and she's actually admitting some jealousy against Beyonce, as well as this abusive relationship she was in. What do you have to say about that?
Who's gonna start that one?
Kareem, you started off with that one.
I think it's hard to care. It's hard to care about her song when you didn't really care about her. She's not really.
Wow.
She's a lackluster performer.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why she's jealous of Beyonce, but she's lackluster. So when she gets, get some sex appeal, some booty things going, and maybe she can, we'll give a damn.
Clearly, you have a booty fixation. So,
yeah,
Well, what do you think, Shante? What do you think about this song? I mean, it's pretty risque for Kelly. She's usually smiling and very publicly supportive of Beyonce. So the idea that she would even come out and say, "I've had some issues being in her shadow." It's surprising.
I did not hear that she was jealous. I don't know if I heard the same song as everybody else, but I felt like she was being honest. You know, she's human, and anybody who's playing in the background, we've seen that a million times. Look at the Supremes. The group broke up because everyone was so far in the background. I mean, I felt like she referred to Beyonce as her sister, and she said, I'm happy that she's killing it. She never said her performance is bad or I'm the same level of performer as she is. She was like, she's killing it, but what am I gonna do now? And I think actually as a marketer, you can't endear yourself to your fans any better than just being honest and vulnerable and saying, I have insecurities just like you.
So you think this will actually work for her?
Absolutely.
And
Everyone,
what about
I mean, she's not a Beyonce level performer. I don't think she's ever claimed to be.
So what about the abusive allegations? What do you make of those?
I think
I mean,
that
her ex Beyonce came out and said it wasn't me.
Right.
Did he?
Well,
Yeah, he tweeted about it.
You know what? That's very interesting because he didn't quite say I didn't do it. He says I'm not the only one who dated her.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
that's a good observation.
Exactly. Hello.
He just said he's the only one who didn't hit.
Exactly.
I ain't the only one. We always beating her. Come on.
Right. Again, I think this is something where if you expose a part of yourself that is very risky, it's brave, it's bold, you're going to endear yourself to your fans. That a lot of celebrities are under some kind of false impression that being overly media trained and having a politically correct answer for everything is the way to go, but it's really not. I mean, probably the best example of it is look at MJB. Her fans reduced to tears in front of her because every single one of them thinks that she's telling their story because she lays it out and she's vulnerable. She cries in the studio. Her sister talks about her heartbreak. Everyone has my life, and people will, if you don't have
And
it.
by MJB, you mean Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, Mary J. Blige.
I knew what you were talking about, girl.
We're in
The
our
My
Happy
Life
when I
album.
started singing happier songs. That's
Not
when I
me,
started,
sorry.
All that sadness, I can't deal with too much sadness.
too much for you.
Sorry.
Yeah, it just
You know
sing
what?
the
Fine,
life.
fine. That was a good one, but that My Life album, no, sorry.
That was a classic.
No,
okay,
sir.
up next,
Yes.
speaking of classic, ODB and Eazy-E are back from the dead in hologram form. And they're going to go out on the road this summer. What do you make of that, Kareem?
I wouldn't go see no lights. Why would I go pay to see lights? Like, if you know, that's ridiculous. You might as well just sit home and watch YouTube.
Well, Bone Thugs and Harmony's gonna be there too. Does that help?
Yeah, they gotta bring his dead body on stage if I want to. You know, I don't see no lights. I don't. Let's bring the dead body and dance with it. Then that's hot. I'll go pay to see that.
Let's see that. Okay, Shante, do you care about the
I'm sorry, iconic figures, the best tribute I can think of is to bring them back to life on stage. I mean, ODB has done Rock the Bells before, and so if they are going to bring him back in this way, great tribute. Eazy-E has never done it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it was when they did the Tupac hologram, was at the Fader Fort. So, you know, that we all saw what that did to resurrect that Tupac performance. I think this is going to be exciting as a hip hop fan, as someone who's grown up on it and, you know, remembers these two figures who weren't the best performers, but they were definitely characters. Bringing them back to life, I mean, are Eazy-E's pants going to be hanging down to his knees like they were before?
Well, they're going to come back with a Jerry curl, was my question.
Yeah, right.
He's going to do that slow walk and the slow talk. And remember
So they're gonna
that.
show his old performances. That's
Well,
what they're gonna
they
do.
say they're holograms,
That's
so
what they have.
I'm interested to see how they do it. It's not there's supposed to be a movie screen. It's supposed to be literally a hologram that appears.
him
Of one of
performing.
his other performances.
Right, with
Yeah,
one of his
exactly.
other performances. Now, remember the Eazy-E video where he said, had the girl in the audience, and she said, Eazy, why you wear your pants so low? And he said, easy access, baby. Come on now. If they brought that back to life, can you imagine
You took it back, didn't you? You were an NWA fan, right?
Yeah, Jerry
I was
curl
like
too
10
at the
years
same
old.
time.
Too young to be listening to that film.
Definitely not.
Okay, well, let's leave them in the
Art
grave.
World, Art World
There
auction.
was this painting that just came out. Sotheby's sold it for $43 million. But look, I don't know if we have a picture of it. It was just a blue painting with a white strip down the center of it. $43 million, really?
We could have did that.
Exactly.
We in the wrong business right now. We in the wrong business.
It
I guess
wasn't
our-
exactly a buyer's market. That right
So,
there.
Kareem, you look at that and you're like, not worth the money.
Come on, please, man. My kid can do better than that. That's
Oh, wow.
ridiculous. I
It's
mean,
from the Barnett Newman collection, the Zip collection of paintings that he had. So I guess it's all about the name,
So
though,
the
maybe?
name, yeah.
But you're not feeling it.
No. Come on,
No.
man. That's
Shante, what do you
robbery.
think?
I'm so happy for him.
Kareem
because
says no. Shante, what do you say?
I'm so happy for him because I can't think of a better come up.
Right.
That right there. What does the rest of the line look like? That's what I want to see.
Where does it
It's
lead?
other blue ones with lines this way.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, even if they
is
sold
rough.
for half the price, that's
Right.
a come up, period. I mean, his market value is just skyrocketed. We're talking about him right now.
Well,
and
good for him.
he painted a stripe.
Let's talk about the woman who was kicked off the plane for singing Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You at the top of her lungs over and over and over again.
She refused to stop.
Shante, what do you think?
I was stunned. I was stunned into silence. I watched it maybe 35 times because I was
Stop
like,
it.
is this really happening? And you could see the commotion and all of that. And she just got louder as they took her off the plane,
Right.
like she was making a political statement. I was like, I don't understand. I mean, but over and over and over again, that means that the pilot had to make an announcement and say, we're going to land this plane, and she was still going.
Somebody
You know
should
what
just
I mean?
slapped her, maybe?
That's because she couldn't
Or
sing.
tackles
That's the
her or
problem.
something. You know, like some kind of tackle moment. I don't know. Maybe they need to start doing sedation midair. I'm just saying.
What do you think, Kareem? What did you think of
Didn't
that
like her voice?
rendition of I Will Always Love You?
Well, everybody on that plane will always hate her. But the thing about it is, if she could sing, they would have landed the plane and gave her a record deal. But it's, it's all because she can't sing. Now, if she could have sang, that would have been a whole different thing. So, you know, it's biased.
Okay.
Well, we got one last story for you guys to go after. Zoe Saldana just talked about in the Allure magazine article that she wouldn't mind being with a woman, or she may end up with a woman down the line somewhere. What do you think about this one?
No, she's saying she is with a woman.
That's not what she said in the article.
No.
No.
That's the setup because she's with the woman. She even said she's about to, you know, she wouldn't mind raising a kid with the woman. But with a woman. That means she's setting up for that. So when she does do it, we'd be like, oh, well, she did kind of, you know.
Oh, so this is a slow rollout, you're
Yeah,
saying.
this is the smooth
Okay.
out the closet.
The
You know, she
smooth-
greasing the walls up. She's coming on.
But I think she's saying. I think what she's saying is it shouldn't matter. She should feel
No, but,
free
no,
to be
Kareem,
who
but
she wants
Kareem
to
is
be.
saying that she's not going to pop out of the closet. She's just going to
Easing
slowly
out.
move
She gonna
out.
show the baby first.
Okay, well, Shante, what do you have to say? I know you're friends with Zoe.
Not friends.
Okay.
Just, I'm working on Star Trek Into Darkness, which is in theaters. And
Shameless plug. She like that.
And the fabulous Lola moderated a Q&A last night, and she went in on the questions. But what I heard from Zoe's answers was that if one day I woke up and wanted to, and I found myself attracted to, and she found herself attracted to a female, that she would go with it. That's all I heard. I didn't hear, I'm prepping you guys for the big announcement. I didn't hear any of that. I just heard that she was like, I go with whatever feels right to me, and I don't let others' opinions dictate that. And I feel like she answered that very consistently last night when it came up. I mean, I don't understand why, how this became a talking point in the first place. I would need to hear 5 minutes before that allure,
There's
that
some
that
man out there
conversation,
whose
where that came
fantasy is
from.
to see Zoe Saldana.
That's every man's fantasy.
Fantasy, right?
But
Well, you all
I
have
don't
been
get
a
it.
dream.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Kareem,
Thank you for
Shante.
having
You guys
me.
were fantastic.
Thank
You've
you.
got to come back again soon.
No
All
problem.
right, yay. And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.